So good. So good. I have 3 plates of chicken over here, each of them approximately 1.5 pounds. So in total it would be 4.5, almost 5 pounds of chicken I have here that's been thawing. Now I'm going to take them out and put them in here and rinse them a little bit. Just have to make sure that you have no other clean dishes around, because just in case the water splatters and you don't want contamination from the chicken. As you can see, chicken is washed. Some of them is draining in there. Now I'm going to go ahead and fill up a large pot with some water, and then very gently add the chicken inside so it doesn't splatter. I'm going to add a few other things. I'll show it to you in a minute. Alright, so the pot is filled with water and the chicken is in there. Now I'm going to add some celery and some salt. I normally add carrots as well, but unfortunately I'm fresh out of carrots. So these celery, I had bought the whole stock of celery, but then they were going bad, so I went ahead and washed them and chopped them into smaller pieces and refrigerate them in a container. But now I'm going to make them smaller slices. The idea is to get the beautiful flavor of the celery into the chicken while I'm boiling them. Carrot would have been nice, but I don't have carrot. Celery has this beautiful fragrance. I don't even know how to describe it. It's kind of like a spicy smell, but it's so mild and beautiful. And I think it's the best thing to use to flavor your meat while you're trying to boil it. So I'm going to go ahead and add a bunch of these very gently into the water and the chicken. So I've added the celery. Now I'm going to add a whole lot of salt, because later on I'm not going to add any salt at all. So to season, I'm adding about 2 tablespoons of salt. You can add more if you wish. So I put the pot on the stovetop. I'm going to start the fire on high, and I'm going to go ahead and cover it for a little bit and then open it up. But once it starts to bubble and the water starts to splatter, I'm going to cover it back in again. I took the lid off a couple of minutes ago, and as you can see, it's boiling pretty well. And at this point, if you see a whole lot of these white foam, you can attempt to take them out, but if it's not possible, that's fine. After the chicken is all nicely cooked and boiled, you can always rinse it to get rid of all these white foam. I have turned off the stove, and this is what it looks like at this time. As you can see, it's cooked. It's smoking hot. So it's cooked really well. It's basically boiled, so the chicken is cooked all the way through. So I'm going to go ahead and strain this right now. I have strained the chicken and the vegetable into a strainer. I'm going to leave it here for all the liquid to come out, and also for the chicken to cool down a little bit so I can handle it. Okay, now that the chicken has cooled down a little bit, I'm going to shred and chop them. You can shred them with your fingers, you can chop them with a knife, or you can use a food processor if you'd like. I have a new food processor that I have not washed yet, and I don't want to use an unwashed food processor, so that's why I'm going to go through the hassle of actually chopping them and shredding them with my fingers. So this is what I'm going to do. They're so soft that you don't even have to, chop, but in case it turns out to be a little hard, you can just use the knife. So as you can see, it's so nicely falling apart. So it seems like the chicken is a bit watery, even after straining it for a long time. So once I'm done with shredding all the chicken, I'm going to squeeze them with my hand like so, and then squeeze out all the extra water from the chicken, so it makes a better chicken salad. Here you go. The chicken is all shredded. It's a lot of chicken in here, like I said. 4.5, approximately 5 pounds of chicken that is shredded into a whole large bowl full of shredded chicken. Now, to make the salad, I'm going to mix this chicken with only 2 main ingredients, maybe 3. So mainly what you'll need is some mayonnaise, and just for a little bit of spice, some Sriracha hot sauce. I'm not going to add any salt because while boiling the chicken, I've already seasoned the water, and no black pepper because I'm going to already add Sriracha. But if you want it a bit more tart taste in your sandwich other than the mayonnaise taste, you can add some ketchup. That's the third ingredient you can add into the chicken. So since this is a lot of chicken, I'm not going to mix it all up with mayonnaise. I'm going to take a bunch and put in a separate bowl and then mix it up. So this much chicken. Quite frankly, there is no measurement as to how much mayonnaise you're going to put. I add as much as I need to, so long as the mixture is nice and creamy. I don't like dry chicken salad. I like mine nice and moist. So let's see how much I end up adding in here. I'm going to take 1 spoonful at first and just add them in here. But I can just tell right now, just looking at it, that that's not enough. So I'm going to add a little bit more. And if I end up adding too much mayonnaise, I already have extra shredded chicken, so no worries. And then now I'm going to add the Sriracha, as much as you like. The spicier you want, the more you add. So yeah, that's it. I'm not going to add the ketchup at this point with this mixture, but all you do is mix it up really nice. As you can see, as I'm mixing, it's getting kind of hard and dry. So the amount of mayonnaise I had added wasn't enough. See? So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more mayonnaise. Another spoonful. Okay. Mix it real well. I mean, if you want to add green chili instead of Sriracha, go for it. If you want to put jalapeno instead of Sriracha or green chili, go for it. You do it the way you want it. But this is the way I like mine, and my family likes it, my friends like it. So this is the way I'm going to show you how I do it. So if you'd like, you can definitely go ahead and give it a try. And there you go, your ooey gooey chicken salad. Once I tried to add tiny thinly sliced apple in it, my husband absolutely hated it. So since then I don't add anything in it. No cranberry, no apple, no other fruits, no other vegetable in it. Just simply chicken boiled with some celery, carrot if it's there. If it's not there, you just boil it in water on its own, add some mayonnaise and sriracha. Now it's time to assemble the sandwich. I got great value wheat bread. I normally always get wheat bread for my family. I personally think white bread is a bit more dry. When I eat, it feels dry, and so I like wheat bread, and I've gotten used to it, I've gotten used to eating wheat bread. My kids like wheat bread. They don't know any other bread, actually. I've been giving them wheat bread since they started to eat bread. So go ahead and get some slices of bread out. I'm just going to show you a couple. Just a couple of slices of bread. You can get the sandwich bread. It literally says on the bread, sandwich bread. They're square shaped, so it's easier to trim the edges if you'd like to. I usually trim the crust for my kids, but myself and my husband, we don't really mind. We don't really care. We will eat as is. I still feel like it's not as moist as I'd want it to be. It's still a bit dry. There you go. So this is what it looks like. Go ahead and add that top bread. And then use a serrated knife to cut off the crust. Cutting off crust is also for look purposes. Suppose you want to serve this at a party. You want your food to look good because you eat with your eyes first. So you can go ahead and nicely just trim the crusts off. This usually sandwiches, chicken salad sandwiches don't come this big. So you could either cut it halfway over here, make 2 rectangles, or you can make triangles, or you can make 4 squares or 4 triangles. Totally up to you depending on how you want it. For this one, I'm going to go ahead and make it a triangle. Be gentle, light hand. You can add cucumber, lettuce, tomato in this if you want. Absolutely up to you. I don't have any of that, and this is what it looks like. You see? So this is what the sandwiches look like. Alright, please go ahead and give this a try and see if you like it, and please let me know if you like it.